Welcome to Wooligans. Today's project is our mini gift totes. As you can see right here, this is a set of 3 in the traditional holiday red, green, and ivory. So let's get to it. Take the items out of the tote. And this is a resealable tote, so you can put things back in there when you're not using them. Crafting made easy. Here we go. Red, green, and ivory. We have thread. We have 2 ivory, 1 green, 1 red thread. Our instructions with a video link tutorials so you can look at different types of stitches. And this code is this video to walk you through the process. Super fun, fast, and easy. But first, you need a very sharp pair of scissors to cut through the felt. So here we go. We're going to cut around the perimeter of the tote bag. Steady and I like to cut around the perimeter first and then go back in and cut out the details. Here we go. Right here. Pretty simple. The trick to cutting out something like this is to fold it in half and make a little cut, and then it is easy for your scissors to slip in and cut along the edges, just like this. Just take your time. And just like that. Let's do the other end. You can cut out your other shapes, but for this video, we're going to start assembling. So here are your needle and thread. Take your needle out and unwind your thread. Decide what color you want to use, and I'm going to use the natural color here because I think the contrast will let you see the process a little better. So we're just going to wind this back up. The threads we're not using. Set those aside. Here we go. Now we're going to thread our needle. And this is a waxed thread. It's pretty heavy duty. It also likes to stick to things until you get going. But the good thing about it is that it also locks your stitches in. It's wonderful for hand sewing. And the other part that you need to know that your first couple of stitches will be a little difficult because the thread hasn't been sort of compressed through the stitch holes. And each of these little dots on the pattern are where you're going to place the stitch holes. perfectly spaced so you will have the perfect stitch every time. And the first thing you're going to do is fold it in half, just like this. And you're going to take your needle and thread and you're going to go through the first stitch hole placement on the bottom. I like to start at the bottom and out through the bottom on the opposite side, just like this. I don't know if you can see that. And like I said, the first stitch hole is going to be a little hard because the thread hasn't had a few chances to go through the material yet. So it takes just a couple of stitches to get it working, but once it does, it goes through just fine. And you are going to leave right now a little tail, about 2 or 3 inches, I'd say. And you're going to tie a double knot, just like this. There's one. Let's tie it again. Okay. Do you see that? Just like that. And then you're going to tuck this inside, and we'll be able to catch it later through the rest of our stitches. So it'll be hidden. Just tuck it right in there. There we go. Put our edges back together, and then you're going to go back through the first set of holes 2 more times, and that creates a kind of a nice beginning look. It's in my opinion, it has a nice finished look. 1. Well, actually, that's our second one. This is our third one. And as I said, just the first few stitches are a little difficult, but once you get through, the needle and thread works great. So there you have it. We've gone through that stitch hole a few times, and it has a nice beginning point. And then we're going to go down through the second stitch hole mark and out through the opposite side of the second one. And today we're doing the whip stitch. It's a very simple and fast stitch. So there's one, and you want to make sure that your threads, your stitches are nice and tight. And you're going to want to create this little texture. I'm going to show you here in just a minute how that goes. Nice and tight, so you get that little bit of a bump in between your stitches. So it's nice and snug. There we go. Down through the remaining. See how nice that needle went through there? It just takes a few stitches to kind of compress the thread. There we go. There. It's just a handful of stitches on each side. These go really quick. Now we're on the last, the top set of holes. So we're going to go down through, out the back. Once, twice, 3 times. Just like that. And then we're going to create a little slip knot and tie off our ends. So I come down in between the 2 layers and out, sort of in between the top stitch there. Can you see that? Just bring your needle and thread right through there. And you have a loop. And then I just slip my needle through there, kind of create that slip knot. Pull it nice and tight. And then back down through and out. Again, you can go either way. You can either come back out or through, or you can go down through, whatever you like. But let's hear, we'll do it this way, so you can see. And pull it through. That creates a nice clean finish, and then we'll just snip our thread, just like that. And then we'll repeat on the opposite side. Here we go. Just as before, down through the bottom set of holes and out the back. Leave about a 2-inch tail. We're going to tie a double knot. How easy is that? Tuck it under, in between, and we're going to add a couple more stitches in the same spot. And sometimes if you wiggle your needle, it helps kind of relax the material just enough to make it pass through easy. There we go, we got a nice starting point. We're going to continue our whip stitches all the way up. Second hole and out the back. There you go. Nice tight stitches. Just like that. It's only 7 stitches on each side. You could make a bunch of these watching a movie. I think they're perfect for chocolates, gift cards, other little treats and small gift items. Here we go, we're at the end of our stitch holes, and then we're going to go through this again 3 times. Already done 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to create our slip stitch or slip knot. Go in between and out, just like that, in between the 2 layers. Create a loop, bring your needle through it, nice and tight, and then poke your needle down through the middle seam here, through both layers, and in through the inside. Nice and snug, snip it. Set your needle aside. Now, we have these 2 little flaps right here that kind of help give our little pouch dimensions. So you're going to take those and tuck them up into the bottom of the tote and use your other hand and kind of pull it a little bit. Tuck it right in there. Ta-da! How cute is that? Look at this cute little thing. And there you have it. The Wooligans Mini Tote. Now you can repeat for the remaining 2. If you have any questions, email us. Thanks again.